Hello and welcome to the Mariana Dalto Show. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss how to 10x your super life for small business owners, how you can transform your ordinary life to an extraordinary life. Are you ready to explore what it truly means to take your life and your business to the next level? Then be ready because I'm going to deep dive into actionable strategies and mindsets inspired by Grant Cardone's 10x principles to help you achieve extraordinary success. So get comfortable and take some notes, and let's get started. So let's kick off by discussing what 10x Superlife really is. According to Grant Cardone, it's about embracing the right thinking, right? That is combining high aspirations with massive actions in every single area of your life, not just your business, not just if you are, an avid on working out, or it's in every single area of your life. It's across the board. So this isn't just about, again, business. It's about living the intention across 7 core areas, which is family, business, health, spirituality, finances, community, and recreation. So think about what 10x would mean for you in all these areas in your life. What would your life look like if you approach every goal, every dream with 10 times the effort? Picture your family thriving, your business scaling, your health optimized. When you 10x your life in all these areas, you refuse to settle for middle ground, basically. Now, if 10x living sounds amazing, why don't more of us achieve it? What is it that we can't get to that level in every single area of our lives? So Grant Cardone suggests several common reasons that typically that happens and why we don't accomplish that. One is society's tendency is to promote average as safe, right? So if you play on, average in everything in your life, then you're safe and then you're good. And then that's why you don't grow and 10x your life. Having limited beliefs is huge as well. Like that really impacts how you move forward or don't move forward. Being bogged down by excuses, thinking about you can't do this because X, Y, and Z, that it's part of like why people don't 10x their lives. And often we are taught not to stand out, to play it safe, to avoid risk. And that's why, again, you just play average. You don't really do more than what everyone does, normal people, and then you really avoid taking risks. So according to Grant Cardone, these are the traps that will prevent us from reaching true potential. So let's break down some of the myths that comes into mind. So one could be don't aim too high or you will be disappointed, or it takes money to make money. Like these are limited thoughts. They are they're not really protective, right? So in reality, reaching a super life means challenging those assumptions that I mentioned, or any other assumptions that you might have that is keeping you away from really growing. So in Grant Cardone's framework, thriving means committing to each part of your life. And, I talked about the different areas of your life. So let's go through each briefly so then I can help you see it differently if you are not really going through that. Maybe you haven't thought about it that way. So if we talk about family, are you truly investing quality time, or you're just going through the emotions with the time with your family and the time you invest with them? A 10x mindset would have you prioritize meaningful time with your family, have a quality daily engagement. That's what would that mean and for everyone is different, right? Like the quality time depending on the type of family you have, if you have little kids, if you have older kids, it'll change. Not everyone has the same way of doing things, right? But what would that mean for you to have quality time with your loved ones? From a business standpoint, it's about setting audacious goals and taking massive action. Are you chasing small wins or are you aiming to double your growth? And that's something that comes up a lot when I talk to my coaching clients about, like, people also are afraid of taking massive action. They don't know what that means. They don't know how to do it, right? So, and that's where it's hard to 10x your life and to 10x your business if you are getting stuck and always working on the little wins and being comfortable with what you're doing every day, but not really taking massive action where it can take you to the next level. And then from a health standpoint, this is the foundation of everything. Small business owners especially need to optimize health to sustain high levels of energy and resilience. If you don't have good energy, if you're not healthy, well, it's hard to have that energy that you need to put into your business, right? So health is, in my point of view, a priority above everything. If you are not healthy, if you are not feeling good, then it's hard to do anything else in life. Now, are you ready to dive into this? Because I want to really go and help you go through this 10x journey and maybe, challenge you to think differently, to be open-minded, to think about what I'm saying today and how this can really impact how you have your life today, and what could be, maybe you could be think differently after what I'm sharing. So I'm going to walk you through a 5-step framework to kickstart your 10x transformation, and I hope you're ready for that. So number one, again, we're going to go through 5 steps. Number one is set big, audacious goals. Is that word? I can't say it so well. So begin setting goals that scare you a little. Think beyond what seems realistic. Push yourself for what it really excites you, right? And this is like, it could be, I mean, I always talk about business because that's what I do. That's how I help small business owners. But in general, it could be any goal. It could be, personal goals related to your health, related to exercise, related to your business. You gotta try to think big on your goals, because that's how you really grow. That's how you're like, oh my gosh, if I were to reach this goal, this will be game changer for me in many, many ways in my life. That's when I say the goal it has to excite you, is because if you reach that goal, it will be like blow minding, right? And that's why you need to set big goals, not little ones that you think, oh, I can realistically do this. Go and set big goals, because you can do it. Now then, when you set the goal, then you need to take massive action in order to try to achieve those goals, right? So Grant Cardone emphasizes that small, safe actions won't create extraordinary outcomes. To build a super life, you must act massively, even if that means facing criticism and setback along the way, which you will face that, because that's part of the journey. So don't be discouraged if you go through that, but this is part of building your super life. Now, number 3, it's about identity and remove limiting beliefs. I talked about the limiting beliefs before. I talked about limiting beliefs in past podcasts, but spend time identifying what really holds you back. What thinking, what thoughts do you have that is keeping you not growing? Remember, these often come from society norms or maybe outdated ideas about success. Again, the goal is to identify them so you understand what limiting beliefs do you have, and you can remove them from your life. Now, the number 4 is about surround yourself with like-minded individuals. This is super important, because who you are around with you, it will really set your mindset in different ways. A powerful network can make or break your journey. You need to connect with other business owners who are as committed to growth as the way that you are. And so that means you need to be around business owners that want to 10x their business. And that's why, with Grant Cardone's and us as the 10x business coaches and the community, we are around that type of community. And that's why we can help you, because we understand where you're going through. We know how to help you to get to the next level, but you gotta make the decision to be part of that community in order to make the changes. And I'm not talking just about business, right? You can 10x your life in any other areas. If you're not maybe small business owners, but you're really listening to this, you can still do it, but you gotta be around people who understand where you're going to with this, and then who can be part of your support system and your community system in order to grow and be better. And number 5 is invest in continuous learning. And this is huge. You should never stop learning. Knowledge is key. You need to invest in mentors and courses and training to stay sharp, to grow your skills, and to expand your business or any other area of your life. You gotta keep learning, because that's part of your personal growth too. It's not just about your business. The more you learn, the more you get ideas, you get inspired by things that you can do to be better in your life and in your business. So, all right. So I hope these little tips that I put together for you, really, for small business owners or for those that maybe, enjoy listening to my show, I hope these tips about Super Life can help you make changes and think differently in your life. Today we explore mindset shifts, actions to take, and the type of community that can help you elevate every part of your life. So remember, a super life is a commitment to yourself and to those that you impact as well. Because when you change, everyone around you changes too, for the better. So remember, it's not just about you, it's also about the community and people that are around you. So take what we have discussed today, start implementing these changes, and watch as you create your own extraordinary journey. Thank you for tuning in today for into the Mariana Dalto show. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with other business owners. And until next time, keep striving for that amazing super life. See you next time.